Welcome back to the Splash Pad Podcast. My name's Jordan. This is Jeremy. If you're new here, we talk about all things swim. And if you're not, you already know what it is. Let's splash right into it, guys. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the ISL. This is going to be a three-part series. So this first week we are going to do, we're going to talk about the format and then the teams. The teams that made it to the finals last year, the 4 teams that didn't make it to the finals last year, and the 2 new teams that have been added this year. And then the next week, we are going to go more into the depth, the relays, the sleepers, who's not going to be in it, all of that good stuff. And then the third week, the third part, we're going to talk about our predictions, who's going to make it into the finals, who's not going to make it into the finals, what team's going to win. We're going to talk about MVPs, top scorers and stuff like that, who was slept on, and
skin races as well. Yeah, we'll dive deeper into it as we progress through the series.
Right.
Like right now, we just kind of want to stay shallow, talk about it a little bit, and then we'll keep diving deeper in as we move forward.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to start with the Aqua Centurions. We're going to start with the 4 teams that didn't make it into the finals, one of them being the Aqua Centurions. So, Jeremy?
We got Sebastian Sabo leading the Aqua Centurions with Nicolo, and they're led by female Martina Carrero and Elena Delito. They also got Fabio Scazzoli, Breno Correa, Philip Heinz, Federica Pellegrini, Travis Mahoney, Marcello Chirigrini, Laria Bianchi, Ariana Castiglione, Alessandro Moresi, Sylvia Scalia, Leiden Munoz, Pedro Spaggiari, Larissa Oliveira, and Sylvia De Pietro.
Awesome. I forgot one thing in the intro is that ISL has all the rosters on their website. They also have a ranking system for them. Not big fans of the ranking system. I think they ranked them on how well they did last year.
And like how many points they scored, like for each team.
Right. They have like this whole thing about it, about how they ranked it, but it was just a bunch of numbers and a lot of weird stuff. I don't know.
It's cool. Weird. It's cool for sure. It's like cool to see rankings.
Right.
As they progress into further seasons, like the numbers, I think the rankings will become like more, like just better, more accurate.
Right.
Because it's only been one season, and it was new for everybody, getting into the format, and so it might be a little bit different.
Yep.
We may not agree with it, but that's just how they're gonna do the ranking, and we'll see as it progresses through.
Right.
But they got a good men's team.
They do. Yeah.
The Aqua Centurions, based out in Rome. They got Sebastian, great sprint free fly. Nicolo for breaststroke. Fabio's also a great breaststroker there.
Right.
For depth. And then on the women's side, they got Federica, who's been a great swimmer. Martina Carraro, Elena Delito. Carraro's got breast. Elena's got fly. Federica's got sprint. They just need a better backstroker. And I mean, their backstroker right now, it doesn't seem like they even have one. But on the men's side, Sebastian fly free. Nicolo's definitely going to be swimming breaststroke for them. Breno could do free, so probably Sebastian on fly. And they're missing a backstroke piece as well. Travis Mahoney is a backstroker, is a good backstroker, but I think they need a better backstroker if they're going to make a move into the finals. They have picked up a few swimmers. Eteni Medeiros, Gabriel Santos is a great pickup for them. Leonardo Deus, Luis Altamir Lopez Melo, Mateo Chiampi, Madeline Groves, and Sarah Franceschi. Etienne Medeiros is a good backstroke pickup for them. Gabriel Santos is great for fly free, just building that depth for their program. But probably not contenders.
I wouldn't say so.
Still sitting outside.
They got a good lineup, but there's also just teams that are way stacked.
They put together a good team. Definitely need some backstrokers, a little more depth for sure. But a decent team for sure.
Right.
But definitely not a contender.
I want to say Federico Pellegrini, probably my favorite swimmer, international swimmer. One of my favorite international swimmers. So I'll be watching her.
We move on to the DC Tridents, led by female Bethany Gallett and male Ian Finnerty.
Both breaststrokers.
The male team is backed up by Zane Grothy, Tristan Hollard, Velimir Stepanovic, I think. Giles Smith, Zach Apple, Jacob Pebley, Robert Howard, Zach Harding, Abram Devine. All great pieces right there. The women's team, Bethany Gallett with Amy Bilquist, Madison Kennedy, Leston Pickett, Emma Barksdale, Bailey Anderson, Margot Gear, Remedy Rule, Ting Wen Kwa, and Linnea Mack. So they have like good swimmers and good depth, but they just don't have like that amazing swimmer that's gonna like carry them through, get big numbers for them, just rely on them heavily.
Right. They don't have a Caleb Dressel.
They don't have a Caleb Dressel, exactly.
Somebody like that.
But like a really good team and good depth, I think.
They're very diverse in their events.
Ian on breast. Let's see, Giles on fly. Zane's got them in the distance. Tristan Hollard on back. And then for free, you got Zach Apple, Robert Howard. Those are great pieces right there. On the women's side, Bethany Gallett's got them in breaststroke. Amy Vilquist, good back free. Madison Kennedy's another great freestyler. Emma Barksdale's got them in depth for back and IM. Margot Gear's another great sprint freestyler. So sprint freestyle, I mean, they got a good team right there with Amy, Madison Kennedy, and Margot Gear. They've also picked up Ali Galier, Lindsay Kozlowski, Kylie Perry, Miran Cheretti, Mohammed Hassan, Santana Matthews, Mark Nikolaev, Connor McHugh, Miranda Tucker, Andrew Loy, and Catherine Demler. So on the men's side, great pickups with Mark Nikolaev. He actually sent for GCU, and that's how we know him. Brought our team to win their first WAC conference. He was ranked first at some point for NCs in Division 1. I think he was going into NCs ranked third, and he made it into the A finals, which is great for our program, great for him. He swims for Russia. Definitely good backstroke depth for them, as they are hurting in some backstroke. I mean, Tristan Hollard is great for them in backstroke, but Mark just adds that extra depth. I think he'll be a great piece for them. And then you got to talk about Zach Harding, Abram Devine. Like, those are great pieces right there for added depth and distance, mid-distance, and for their 200s and all that. Jacob Pebley, we can't even sleep on Jacob Pebley, dude. Another great backstroker for them there. Like,
I think they can put up some points.
It's a great team.
It is.
It's a great team.
It is.
But just like the Aqua Centurions, they're just missing that like one key player who's gonna like get them all the points, rely on them heavily.
Right.
But they have great depth. They have great pieces. They just need like that one player that'll just push them through.
Right.
Not a contender.
I'd say
they're up there.
I think they might push it like contender. Like, They'll be up there.
Of
If they're
the
not,
four
if
that
they're not
didn't-
fourth, they're gonna be either fifth or sixth.
Of the 4 programs that didn't make it, I'd say
They're the top.
They're one of the better
Right.
that would contend for finals. But there's still 2 new teams that have been added.
Right. That's very true. That's very true.
They're good. So I don't know. I don't know where I'd rank them yet, but they're a solid team for sure.
Solid.
DC Tridents. Next up.
Oh, also. Never mind.
Next
I'll
up, we
save
got
it. I'll save it for later.
New York Breakers, led by Michael Andrew and Emily Escobedo. On the men's side, they're backed by Marco Kush, Adam Teledi, Peter Timmers, Jack McLaughlin, Cameron McAvoy, Brendan Smith, Christopher Reed, and Jan Switkowski. Oh wait, yeah, Switkowski. And then on the women's side, again led by Emily Escobedo with Anya Kessely, Michaela Sheridan, and Shara Vassie, Abby Wood, Jeanette Audison, Abby Harkin, and Arena Surkova. The men's team is good. The men's team
They've got some pieces.
is decent. The women's team, however, is where they're lacking a little bit. And I mean, Andrew can swim anything. Coach is a great breaststroker. Probably swim breaststroke for their 400 medley. Peter Timbers is a great sprint freestyler for them. Adam Teledi is another great sprint back free. So he'll probably swim back. Andrew will probably swim fly. Coach is on breast, and then Timbers is on free. And then, you also got Cameron McAvoy, too.
Right.
Who's going to be a great piece for them in an 800 free relay, and in the distance free. The women's team is just, it's great. Emily Escobedo is great. I mean she's carrying them for sure. But let's see who have they picked up. They picked up Arena Surkova, Felix Aubeck, Meg Bailey, Brandon Almeida, Damian Whirling, Daria Ustinova, James Wilby is a great pickup for them.
Right.
Joe Litchfield, Matt Richards, Matt Temple, Molly O'Callaghan, O'Callahan, Svetlana Chimrova, Waddell Tevin, and Cassia Wilk. Great pickups.
Right.
In my opinion.
With
James will be
leading that.
Yeah, will help them in the sprint breaststroke for sure. Mark Hosch is a great breaststroker. James Wilby will definitely help him. I mean, he's ranked 2nd in the world in breaststroke, I'm pretty sure. Right behind Adam Peaty. So, a great breaststroke piece for them. Matt Richards, Matt Temple, great pieces right there. On the women's side, Molly O'Callahan, Svetlana, great pieces. But again, the women's team is really where they're lacking. And that's, I think, won't put them in contention.
Right.
For finals.
Right. Yeah, same. Yeah.
New York Breakers. Next, we got Team Iron. I was really rooting for them.
This is the last team that didn't make it into the
I was really
finals.
rooting for them last season. I thought they had a great team.
Well,
they are led by they're led by Katinka on the women's side and Christoph Milak on the men's side. Women's side is backed by Renomi Dojo, Veronica Andrushenko, Belmonte, Jenna Lakinen, Jessica Hansen, Maria Ugolkova, Valerie Van Roon, Carolina Pill. Oh, those are the new players. The men's side, again, with Milak, they also got Robert Glinta, David Verasu, Ross Murdoch, and that's it for the men's team. Small team. They've lost a few pieces. One of the main ones is Morozov went to a new team. But opposite of New York Breakers, great women's team. Just men's team is and Milak is great.
Milak and Glinty,
he's got great in fly. He broke
The 200 fly record.
What's the guy's name?
Nathan Adrian?
No. I mean, he's an American swimmer. He's retired now.
Oh, Ryan Lochte? No, he's not.
No, he's not retired.
Mark Spitz?
No, that guy's way too old. He swam.
He's a tall guy. From
won a bunch of medals.
He's from Maryland. He's got a weird body
his
shape.
Coach is Bob Bowman.
Ah, he lives in Tempe, huh?
He lives here in Arizona.
He has his own
swimming brand. What is it, dude?
He's got 2 kids.
I have no idea, man.
Anyways,
if you know his name, put it down in the comments. We're blanking on it right now.
I don't know.
What's
Dude, I really want to.
It's gonna kill me. It's gonna come.
It's gonna come. Don't worry.
Anyways, he beat his record. Michael Andrew. No, that's not it. Michael Andrew still swims. I don't know. But he
Michael Jordan? No, that's a baseball player.
Played something. I don't
Basketball?
know. No. But Milok is young.
He is.
And he's really gonna. I think he's gonna come through for them. Pretty much carry their men's team. But they have picked up a few new pieces. Some that are noteworthy.
Colin Jones.
No. That's not him.
That guy was a backstroker anyway.
Yeah. Marco Orsi, Leonardo Santos, Isabella Hindley, Emily Beckman, Clement Mignon, Caroline Pilhash. Great pieces. Nick Santos,
so many key players.
Raymond Cleanse, Tajana Schoonmaker, Yakov Tomarkin, Daria Zevini. Nick Santos is probably one of the best pickups for them in the sprint fly free.
You can't forget Nicholas Santos, though.
Yeah, I just said Nick Santos. I said Nick Santos is probably the best pickup for them.
I didn't say.
But yeah, picked up a lot of great swimmers.
Great depth swimmers.
But they just don't have. I mean, Nick Santos and Milok are probably their go-tos that are going to carry them through. Santos is probably going to do the skins races for them. Renomi is probably going to do the skin races for their women's team. I'm interested to see how they do with all these new swimmers. But I don't know. I don't think they're really like lacking in anything other than just like you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like they got good pieces, they got good swimmers, maybe lacking on depth a little bit, but even then, like if I'm nitpicking, like that's probably the worst part that I can think of is just depth maybe.
Right.
But a contender,
I don't think this year, man.
I don't think it's gonna happen. They're gonna have to do well. They're gonna have to rely heavily on their main swimmers if they want to contend.
Right. And their top, I just want to say their top swimmers like Renomi and Christoph. They're just fly freestylers, so they don't have a lot of variety of what they can swim and get more points.
True.
Now Katinka can swim literally anything. Everything. But other than Katinka, they don't have anybody that has a lot of variety to what they can swim.
True.
Which will
more variety, a little more depth. That's probably where they're hurting a little bit, but probably not a contender.
Right. Michael Phelps. Dude, how did we forget Michael Phelps?
I don't know. That guy.
I mean, he wasn't that great, but he still made the Olympics.
Yeah, something like I don't. He made it like five times. I think. I don't know.
Has the most medals ever.
Does he?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure I have the most medals.
No,
like if you combine our medals, we definitely have more.
Well, yeah, for sure.
So
for sure,
he's not that.
Yeah,
great.
He's not that great.
Yeah, but Olympic medals though, he probably has a few more than us.
About 20-something more than us.
Okay, moving right along. We got LA Current. They finished fourth at finals, so we're gonna start with them. Still a great team. Still a great team.
So much depth.
They got Beryl Gastadello, Tom Shields, Andrew Selascar, Ryan Murphy, Maddie Wilson, Josh Pernot, Ella Easton, Willa Cohn, Christian Kolomeev, Katie McLaughlin, Alexandra Duluth, Kendall Stewart, Kira Smith, Dylan Carter, Anastasia Gorbenko, Ali Tetzlaff. Ali Tetzlaff. It's a great team. Great team.
I know every single one of those swimmers.
Probably just the only thing is depth. They have a lot of top swimmers,
right?
But they're missing out on depth a little bit, right? Men's side, Tom Shields is a great butterflyer. Andrew Selascar, pretty much swim anything, but fly free is really where he's at. Ryan Murphy, he held the Olympic record in the 100 backstroke, also swims the 2 backstroke. Josh Bernot is a great breaststroker. Will Lacone is a great breaststroker. Christian Kolomiev swims free. Dylan Carter can pretty much swim almost any distance at flyback free.
Right.
So they just need the depth, right? Like they have great swimmers, but they're just missing that second player, that 2-piece. Because if you know, like ISL, you get 2 swimmers in every event. And they can win every event, but if another team gets second,
Well, they
fifth,
can win every event.
yeah. I'm just saying, like, if
Okay,
they
I
win
remember
every
that,
event,
okay.
there's still a team that, if has stronger depth, can go 2-5,
Right.
and that outscores their one.
They're one.
So they just need they need a little more depth. At backstroke, you got Murphy. Breaststroke, you got Pernod or Will Lacone. Fly, you got Shields. And then free, you got Christian Kolomiev. That's a great men's relay right there.
What about the Barrel Gastelum? The blah blah blah. Is he more of a distance swimmer?
Yeah, sprint, fly back, free. Let me check real quick. Laptop work. Can you find
Yeah.
that?
But Barrel Gastelum leads the team. He's ranked 5th.
Is
So.
a female. So that's what.
Oh,
that's
that's
what I
a
was saying.
female.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
So,
She's a female, guys.
So back is Murphy, Breast Pernod, Fly, Tom Shields, or Andrew Seliscar, and then free Christian Kolomiev. And even for their free relays, I mean, you got Will Lacone, not Will Lacone, Andrew Seliscar, Christian Kolomiev. I think Ryan Murphy could throw down a good free. Same with Tom Shields. Dylan Carter could also throw in a good free in there as well. The women's side is still pretty decent. Like you said, Barrel, flyback free, great sprinter. Maddie Wilson's another great sprint freestyler. Ella Easton, fly, IM. Katie McLaughlin is a great fly freer for them as well. Duluth, backstroke, breaststroke. Kendall Stewart is a great sprinter for them. Kira Smith, breaststroke. Their women's team is lacking not really anything, just depth, really.
I'd say backstroke.
Yeah.
They do have Gastelum, but
But they have picked up some very key players.
very, very nice.
Abby Weitzel. They also got Alyssa Marsh, daughter of David Marsh, by the way. If you don't know who David Marsh is, you don't know anything about swimming. So just pause this video. Just search David Marsh. Anything about him. Just pause. Okay, so now you know about David Marsh. That's his daughter. They also got Andy Mures, Felipe Silva, Fernando Scheffer, Jacob Heitman, Julia Sebastian, Marco Ferreira. Maxime Rooney is a great pickup for them. Zayn Waddle, Michaela Sargent, Santiago Grassi, Tomo Zenimoto, Havas. Great pickups for men. Zayn Waddle, Maxime Rooney. Women pickups with Abby Weitzel, Alyssa Marsh. I think they're like building that depth.
They're
They're
for sure.
putting together really key players. Sprint freestyle, I mean, they're pretty much great in. I'd be surprised if they like don't finish top 3 in freestyle relays.
Okay.
But I mean, right with Abby Weitzel, like, I mean, Maddie Wilson. I mean, they shouldn't lose. They should be competing for top 2 in freestyle relays for sure. Will they make it back?
I think so.
They're a
For
strong
sure.
team. They're a
For
strong
sure.
team. Hopefully not 4th, but they're a strong team. Cali Condors. They failed us.
They did fail us.
They failed us.
They failed us.
Come on.
They have, in my opinion, the best team, and they couldn't
Couldn't perform.
couldn't perform. You know.
They are led by Caleb Dressel, some swimmer.
I think he swam.
He was ranked number 1,
for
dude.
Alabama.
I don't know. Caleb Dressel, 100 fly world record holder. Probably going to be the 50 and 100 free world record holder after the Olympics. Hopefully, knock on wood. They're also led by Lily King.
Man.
What?
I just want to say, like, Caleb, wait, it says fly free.
Yeah.
Dude can throw down
yeah.
beast time in literally any event.
But that's because they have the depth and they don't need them in anything else.
I know, I get that, but it's just like...
Yeah.
I understand. Could get first in any event.
I understand. So you got Caleb Dressel leading their men's team, Lily King leading their women's team. Women's team is backed by Olivia Smoliga, Melanie Margalis, Kelsey Dahlia, Haley Flickinger, Molly Hannes, Ariana Titmus, and Natalie Hines. I think that's it for the women's team. Their men's team, they have Caleb Dressel, followed by Nick Fink, Mitch Larkin, Gunnar Bentz, Clyde Lewis, Radosla Kowicki, Kasper Majrik, Mark Zaranik, Kevin Cordis, Townley Haas, Justin Ress, and Tate Jackson. Now, these three swimmers, Townley Haas, Justin Ress, Tate Jackson, they're the ones who didn't perform. And that's what they need, is they need these three to perform this next season. If they want to win it. Not saying they didn't do well, but they just didn't perform up to par of what Caleb was doing. So, I mean that's like really hard to do, yeah. But they need these three players to really pick it up for them. But men's team, Caleb can swim fly free. You got Nick Fink on breaststroke. Let's see, who's their backstroker?
Yeah, they're missing a backstroker.
They got Radosla, and then Justin Ress is a backstroker as well. Breaststroke is Nick Fink. And then free, you can throw Tate Jackson in there, Clyde Lewis. Breaststroke, they got Kevin Cordis as well. So they got good depth there with Kevin Cordis and Nick Fink. And their freestyle relays are great. Caleb Dressel, Clyde Lewis, Mitch Larkin, not Mitch Larkin. Mitch Larkin's another great breaststroker. I don't even know how I skipped past him. Justin Ress, Tate Jackson, but they have picked up better swimmers. Well, not better, but great swimmers.
Right.
Great swimmers.
They have mostly the same team as last year too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the people that they picked up were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
They have picked up Beta Nelson, Erica Brown,
pretty good.
Coleman Stewart,
pretty good.
Eddie Wang, Meg Harris, Kelly Fertile, Marcin Cieslik, which is he's a sleeper for sure. We'll talk more about that. Megan Small, Sheridan Dressel, Veronica Burchell, and Jack Cartwright.
Pretty good.
Great pickups with Erica Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely great sprint freestyler. She just graduated from Tennessee. And then Coleman Stewart is a great backstroker. Beta Nelson, flyback IM, great sprinter right there. That's definitely going to help their women's team. Which actually, we haven't talked about their women's team yet. Lily King on breaststroke. Olivia's got back and free. Their women's team is so strong.
Right.
Melanie Margalis on IM. Kelsey Dahlia on fly free. Haley Flickinger in the longer distance fly. Molly Hannes in sprint breaststroke. Definitely some depth there. Ariana Titmus. Distance free. Natalie Hines is another great sprint freestyler for them. And picking up Erica Brown. Their sprint freestyle should be Olivia Smoliga, Kelsey Dahlia definitely could be in there.
Natalie Hines and Erica Brown.
Yeah, Erica Brown. That's a great sprint freestyle right there.
They've got such good variety.
Yeah.
And everybody, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Great mix of swimmers right there.
Mm-hmm. And good depth too.
Right.
And they have that one player who's really Caleb shouldn't lose in fly, and Lily King shouldn't lose in breaststroke.
Right.
And so they're going to be relying on them heavily for those events, and it's great. It's a great team. I'm saying top 2 for sure.
Top 2, yeah.
Top two.
They just got to perform. But
got to perform. They're those last 3 guys: Stanley Haas, Justin Ress, and I forget his name.
Tate Jackson.
They just need to perform. Okay, Team Iron. They were slated to be the best team last year,
Really?
and they were supposed to win. Yeah, or not Team Iron.
Oh, okay.
London Roar.
London Roar. I was like,
sorry.
Iron.
We're
Okay.
on London Roar now.
London Roar.
They were projected to win, and they do have an amazing
They
team.
got an amazing
Their women's team is led by Mina Atherton and Emma McEwen, and Kate Campbell.
Right.
And then their men's team is led by Guido, Kyle Chalmers, Adam Peaty, which we'll kind of talk about Kyle Chalmers in a little bit. But those three swimmers right now, ranked wise, like based off their events and like how well they perform in those events, should be top 15 easy.
Mm-hmm.
Top 15 easy. They got Mina Atherton ranked 3rd, Emma McEwen ranked 10th, Kate Campbell ranked 11th. Yeah, your top 3 swimmers are ranked top 11, one just sitting outside of top 10. And then their men's team,
and that's Kate Campbell.
Yeah,
you know what she's capable of. Like,
men's team has Guido, Chalmers, Adam Peaty. They have Adam Peaty ranked 35th, but
yeah, 35th.
I mean, he only swims brushing 50-100, and his 200's like But I mean, they even got, so depth wise, they even got Sydney Pickram. They have Aaliyah Atkinson, Annie Laser.
Yeah, you said they were led by Mina Atherton, Emma McKeon, and
it's based
Kate
off
Campbell.
The ranking.
But it's like Sydney Pickram.
It's based off
it's
of
like,
the ranking.
oh my gosh, Annie Laser.
Okay.
Like,
they're
just
right along. They also got Mary Waddle, Holly Hibbett, and then Holly Barrett, Kira, and then Freya Anderson swims for Great Britain. She's a great swimmer. She's young. She's young, and she's gonna be great for them. And they got Bronte Campbell as well. Siobhan O'Connor. Their women's team is stacked. And then their men's team, they have Guido, Kyle Chalmers. Okay, Kyle Chalmers. He's not swimming in season 2. He's going through an injury, and that's going to be rough for them. Their men's team is... Their women's team is stacked. Their women's team shouldn't lose a meet at all. But losing Kyle Chalmers is going to be tough for their men's side. But they also got Andreas, Adam Peaty, Duncan Scott, Kirill Pragoda, Elijah Winnington, Vinny Lanza, Alex Graham, James Guy, Christian Diener, I know, Marios Kush, Matt Wilson, and then they've picked up. They haven't picked up great swimmers. Anna Hopkin is good, but Mikhail Viko Vishev is decent for them, but their men's side is definitely hurting for sure.
Anna Hopkin, she just graduated college, correct? From West Virginia? No, not West Virginia. What am I saying? Is it a Virginia
Arkansas.
team?
Arkansas.
Is it Arkansas?
Yeah, it's Arkansas.
No way. I thought it was a Virginia team.
No, it's Arkansas. But yeah, their men's team, I mean, okay, you got Petey on breaststroke, Guido on backstroke. They lost Chalmers in sprint free, but they also have Duncan Scott.
They do
and
have Duncan Scott.
Chalmers didn't make the skins finals, and I think that's why. Well, I don't think that's why they lost. They needed Chalmers to make the finals in the skins in order to win. But Duncan Scott's still great, and I still think he can make it for them in the skins. I think we talked about his relay on that. Or no, I talked to you about that.
Yeah.
His comeback in that relay.
Right, against Nathan. He was not about to lose.
And they also have James Guy as well.
And Andreas Vizayas can swim fly.
Yeah. And so, even though they're losing Chalmers, James Guy has to come up for them, and Duncan Scott. And he's young, and so having another year under his belt, swimming more, it should help him. Do you think they'll win? The women's team is going to carry their score for sure.
Yeah.
But their men's team, they just don't have the depth, I feel like.
They do have some depth, but not.
I mean, you got Adam Peaty winning everything. You got James Guy, Duncan Scott, like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't see them winning.
I don't see them winning.
I think they'll get third this year. We'll save that for the predictions.
But London Roar. We got the first season winners, Energy Standard.
Yeah, they got some decent people like Sarah Soydstrom. It's okay.
Yeah,
Florent Manidu's okay.
They're led by Sarah Soystrom on the women's side and Florent Manidu on the men's side. Their men's side is followed up by Chad Leclos. I mean, you could argue and say he's leading them, but this is ranking wise. They got Florent Manidu ranked 4th and Chad Leclos ranked 6th. But I understand. They also have Ryloff, Clement Klesnikov, Matt Grievers, Felipe Lima, Ben Proud. Let's see.
Ben Proud ranked 59.
I know. Krigor Zerk, Max Litchfield, Maxim Stupin.
Not stupid,
Stupin. That's what I said. Simonis Bilis.
I was making sure they got it.
Yeah. And Simonis Bilis. It's a great men's team.
It is a good
Florent
men's
Manidu is going to carry them for the Skins. He was great for them in season 1. Chad Leclos is going to be another great piece for their relays, for their free relays.
He's just
and
so, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Consistent. Like, he's just always at the top, like top 3 every single time. It's crazy.
And he's a great freestyler. I don't think a lot of people know that. I mean, they know him for fly, but look at his relays for South Africa. I mean, he really helps that team make it in those relays. But he'll be great help for them in the free relays and then obviously in the medley relays for fly. Ryloff is the world record holder in the backstroke. So having that on your team is an automatic dub. Kolesnikov, another great sprint free and backstroker for them. Matt Grievers is another great backstroker for depth.
Getting old though. Old.
Yeah. Felipe Lima's great for them in breaststroke. Ben Proud in fly and free, another great relay piece and depth and fly. And then also helping out Florent Manidu as he gets older as well, helping their team carry them.
They got an old team, man.
In sprint free.
They've got an old team.
And in those Skins as well. But the women's side, carried by Sostrom. Yeah. But, I mean, they also got Siobhan, Femke Heemskirk, Ilya Shimonovich, Brea Larson, Emily Seabaum, Pernell Bloom, Georgia Davies. Imogen Clark. They're a great women's team.
Yeah.
They're a great women's team. They're a great men's team. The only part that I think they're hurting on is relays, because individually, like, they have everything across the board, but in those free relays, I just don't think they're going to perform as well. The men's side, you got Florent Manidu, Ben Proud. Chad Leclos is not known for his 50s, but, I think he can swim it. Kolesnikov is great in the 50 free, but, you're talking about the LA Current, dude, and their relays and what they had. I just don't... This is the relay they're going to be competing against, but... To win, relays are doubled. Like, you need to win relays. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just don't think that they have, like, enough depth in those relays to win them.
Right. I don't think Energy Standard is their women's side, at least. They don't have a great backstroker. I think I saw Georgia Davies, but they just don't have that backstroker that can, keep up with everybody else. True.
Just throw Sostrom in there. She'll swim it.
Might as well.
Yeah. But who did they pick up? They didn't pick up a lot.
Oh, they got Emily Seabaum.
Yeah,
for backstroke. Oh, okay.
They did pick up Rapsies.
Oh yeah, he's great
for their mid-distance freestyle. Great pickup for them. Lucy Hope is another one. Tamara Van Vliet is good. And then Andre Zilkin. They picked up what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won with the team you had. Pick up a few more good pieces for depth. Why not?
Awesome.
You see them winning?
It's gonna be tough.
It's tough.
It's gonna be tough for them this year.
It's tough for sure.
I think last year they didn't run away with it, but I saw them.
It was close.
I saw them winning that though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
but this year I think it's gonna be even more tough than last year.
We'll
Even
see.
though last year was already really
Watch
tough.
part 2 and 3 as we dive deeper into that. Last two teams. We got one of the new teams is Tokyo Frog Kings. This is
I love that name, by the way.
yeah.
Tokyo Frog Kings.
This is, I mean, they pretty much got brand new people. There's maybe like 5-7 people that have swam in the ISL, but pretty much everybody else is new. No surprise, or most of them are Asian, Chinese, Japanese, international swimmers or national swimmers. So this is gonna be a good team. They're led by Vladimir Morozov and Diaceto on their men's side, and then on the women's side they got Catherine Duluth, Leah Smith, Ayasato. As the more I look at it, their women's team is, as I talked about all those teams, especially after talking about Energy Standards women's team, it's not that great.
They do have where is she? Simona
Yeah, Yeah.
Kabova.
but
Not that great.
nothing like they don't have that. So they don't have a Sarah Social
They don't.
or a Kantika. They just don't have like a swimmer that's going to carry them through, be consistent for them, and rely on.
Right.
Their men's side, I mean, you got Vladimir Morozov, you got Diaceto, who's pretty much going to win, anything IM related, great breaststroker, great butterflyer as well. And then you got Bruno Fratus, who's just another. I mean, they could arguably make skin finals. Both of them, Vladimir Morozov and Bruno Fratus, every single meet.
Every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I mean, Vladimir pretty much makes it every single time.
Right.
And Bruno's really just that good.
He is.
Where he can make it.
He's a sleeper. He's
with
another
them.
sleeper.
Yeah. And he's getting old for sure,
He
but,
is.
like, it's an Olympic year. This guy's going to be training hard. Like, I honestly think those two can make it pretty much every single time.
Okay.
Or, I mean, he might finish 5th, but, like, it's going to be tough. Because I don't think there's another team with that much, like, depth in the 50 free to make skins. To have, like, 2 people make skins.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, they also got Kasuke Matsui, Natsumi Sakai, Kasuko Higino, Katsuhiro Matsumoto. I mean, their men's team is really good. Shoma Sato, Ryusoki Iri, a little bit older, but still a great men's swimmer. Women's side, you got Miho Teramura, Sakiko Shimizu, Yui Ohashi, Ae Soma, Tomomi Eiko. Man, I'm butchering these names. I should really figure out pronunciations.
It's all good. It's all good.
Their women's team is like built around just like middle swimmers, right? Like if you got your top 10 and you got your bottom 10, this is like the middle group, and it's like a really solid middle group.
Right. They also have Leah Smith. I don't know if you said her name,
of course they got Leah Smith. Man, of course I said Leah Smith.
I don't remember you saying Leah Smith.
Represent. I said the women's team, Katie DeLuff, Leah Smith.
Okay.
But they can't. They're not going to be carrying the team.
No.
Especially with how young they are. I mean, they're not too young. I think they're a little bit older than me, but I don't see their women's team doing too well. Their men's team is definitely going to be good with Vlad and Diaceto, but
Bruno,
I think
Iri.
I think it's a contender for top 4.
Contender
for top 4.
Okay.
I really do.
See, I don't agree with you there, but we'll talk about that more on the third part.
Last team, we got the Toronto Titans.
Is what I've been waiting for.
All right.
I think Canada has a great team.
They are led by Kylie Bass and Kelsey Wog. On their men's side, they're led by Michael Chadwick and Blake Pironi. The women's side, they also got Lisa Bratton, Emily Overholt, Annika Apostolin. They also have Jennifer. I shouldn't try. I shouldn't even try. Consecao?
Yeah, you should.
Rebecca Smith, Jocelyn Uliet. Those are the people who have swam in the ISL for season 2. Like I said, on the men's side, Michael Chadwick, Blake Pieroni, Finlay Knox, Eric Person, Mac oh man, I suck. Shane Ryan, Yuri Kissel. Those are solid swimmers right there.
Right.
All solid swimmers. Kylie Mass is great in backstroke. Michael Chadwick is slept on in the U.S. for sure.
He is.
Blake Pieroni is another great freestyler for them. And like being on a team with not as much depth, like now we can see him break out.
Right.
Now we can see him some of the 100, some of the 200, some of the 50 if he even wants to, some of the 400 that he's been swimming in some meets, but we can finally see like Blake Pieroni, you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like he's just always been in the background, but he's kind of like well, he's one of the stars of the team.
He is.
And we can finally see him break out.
Dude could also swim fly too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's a beast.
Back
at
in
fly.
high school, you were looking at that.
Right.
A little while
I was
ago,
looking
weren't
at
you?
his high school stats.
Yeah. They have good pickups as well. Andre Govorov, a great for fly free. He's gonna be a great relay piece. Maybe even for, dude, I don't know why I keep voice cracking. Maybe even in skins as well.
He could be there. He
Oh
could
yeah,
be there.
yeah. Louis Hansen's a great pickup for their women's team. They got Brent Hayden, Claire Fish, Cole Pratt, Sergey Fisikov, Jay Lilliot, Anton McKee, Shane Ryan. Oh no, I've said that. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Am I missing a page? I guess not. It's and they have like those players who they can rely on and really help push their team to score all those points. Kolomi or not Kolomi? What's his name? And Andre Govorov is a great, like I said, great for those skins races. Michael Chadwick, Blake Pieroni is a great relay group right there. Kylie Mass is somebody they're going to rely on heavily. Kelsey Wog is great. And then Louise Hansen, who they picked up, is going to help them she's probably going to lead in their fly free, be a great relay piece as well. Erica Person's a great breaststroker. Backstroke, they got on it. Well, they got Kylie Mass, but Kelsey Wog's breaststroke Kylie Mass backstroke, Kelsey Wog breaststroke. Fly, they might be hurting on, but Louise Hansen could swim fly. She could also swim free. If they have another freestyler, Rebecca Smith is a swim freestyler. But they got a solid relay there for the men's backstroke. Let's see. I don't even know, man. Oh, Shane Ryan could be a good backstroke leg for them. Breaststroke, they have maybe, dude. Actually, the more I look at this, they're kind of missing back and breast legs. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, Shane Ryan can swim back and breast, but
Put Blake in there, bro. He'll still be stuffed, dude.
They're missing a few key pieces. I think as they go into season 2, they'll realize that, and then season 3 they'll pick up a few pieces for those. I'm interested to see season 3 for them. Season 2, like, I think they'll do well. I think they'll do better than some of the other teams, but not a contender probably.
Okay, here's why I said like I like Toronto's team.
Yeah.
I said that like I think Canada, they got an amazing international team. Or do I say national team? They got an amazing national team. I think when it comes to the Olympics, Canada's gonna surprise a lot of people, especially the women's side. But also on that men's side, I know they don't have a lot of depth and a lot of great swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
But one time I went to a swim meet and I went to the bathroom. And I peed right next to Michael Chadwick. So he's one of my favorite swimmers. And then also Blake Pieroni is one of my favorite swimmers.
Obviously.
So that's just why I like him so much. Just because they got so many of my favorite swimmers on their team.
Yeah. But probably not a contender.
Yeah.
Probably not a contender. But
Kylie Mass ranked 23
great
too.
team. Great team, though. Great
Kylie
team.
Mass should be way up there. Just saying.
Those are the 12 teams, right? No. What am I
10.
saying? 10 teams. Yeah, those are the 10 teams going into ISL season 2. We're so excited, dude.
Right.
We're gonna subscribe. We're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch everything.
And I'm so glad they added 2 more teams in there.
Yep.
More competition.
So those are the rosters. Those are the people who are on it. Those are and we talked about who we think are contenders and sleepers and stuff for sure. But now that we know the rosters, we're gonna dive deeper into it in next week's episode, and then in the third series part, we'll finalize it with these are, people who we think are gonna win skins, high point awards, the hopefully ranked top 4 teams at finals and all of that. So we'll definitely be getting deeper into that as we move forward.
If you guys want to know more about the roster, just go on the ISL website. They have a whole page for rosters. They got information on every swimmer, what they swim, what they specialize in, what they want to swim, how many points they got last year,
Yep.
And stuff like that. They even had like a something they like to do outside of swim part.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool.
Getting to know them and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
If you guys like this, always like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is. Put in the comments what you guys want to hear.
Follow.
I don't know. Put in the comments what you guys want to hear about ISL as we move into our second and third part. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.